She says that you can love someone and still choose to say goodbye to them. You can miss someone every day and still be glad they're not in your life anymore. Hi everyone, my name is Tanvi Dikshit. Welcome back to my channel. I am back with another book review, and today I'm going to be talking about Educated by Tara Westover. I've recently been getting into a lot of biographies, and this book is also a biography or a memoir written by the author Tara Westover. Tara is now a historian and a writer. She completed her education from BYU and eventually went on to get a master's and a PhD at Cambridge. The author Tara Westover was born in a Mormon survivalist family. Now, for those of you who are not really aware of what Mormonism is, let me give you a quick explanation. Mormons are a religious group or a community that believe in all the elements of Christian faith. They go by the movement which was started by their prophet Joseph Smith. And they have a lot of, I want to say, radical beliefs. They believe in the end of the days. So a lot of them prepare, when it comes to storing food or being completely equipped when it comes to water or electricity or all the basic needs. They prepare themselves because they believe that the end of the days is coming soon, and they need to protect their families and be in a survival mode. When that happens, they're essentially a survivalist family. She was born in Idaho. She was the youngest of 7 children. Her father and mother did not believe in sending their children to school. They did not believe in the formal education system. They did not believe in doctors, hospitals, getting medical treatment in the conventional way. When you actually start reading this book, a lot of things will hit you. You've never really thought about things from this perspective. When you fall sick, your instinct is to go to a doctor. But when you don't believe in doctors, what do you do? So it's a very, very interesting way of life that they live. Her dad has a junkyard and he works over there. Her mother eventually becomes a midwife. She's documented all the small moments that happened during her childhood, what all she went through, especially with her family, and all of those things and how they molded her into the person that she is today. She never set foot in a school classroom. She had no birth certificate. She spent her childhood helping out her father in her junkyard, spending time on the farm, being extremely close to nature because they lived by mountainside, and she always felt this really strong connection with the mountains and with the nature, which is quite endearing. But she also lost out on a lot of other things, like having normal friends, just going to school, making friends, playing with friends, just making a lot of connections. While she was a kid, it never really bothered her because she wasn't that aware. But as she started to grow older, the radical thought process of her father and her older brothers started taking a toll on the life that she was living. Some of the defining moments that I mentioned in the book are really jarring experiences that she had to face as a kid. A few of these are her older brother getting violent with her mom being really sick, but because they did not believe in doctors and the formal medical setup, they kind of just, treated her at home using herbalism as their way of treatment, which kind of left a mark and never really let her mom become normal again. When she met someone, when she met a boy, and she was not really able to take that relationship forward because of all the hang-ups that she had in her family life and because of the beliefs that she had. The focus on how a woman or how a girl should be and how doing or not doing certain things defined your character as a woman, and the pressure that she felt and how it kind of broke down her relationship when she met a boy. All of these things kind of piled up into pushing Tara to make a decision of enrolling in a college. That's how she went to BYU and started her formal education. And I think that was the point of transformation. Why the book is called Educated is because just enrolling in a college, just starting off on a journey of education completely transformed her life. She was a completely different person when she was a kid living with her family, living according to the guidelines that her family set for her. But when she got educated, she grew into a person of her own, a person who was independent of what her father thought was right or wrong, a person who had beliefs and morals of her own, a person who was not completely unreligious, but who also did not blindly believe in religious faith. She just had opinions of herself. She knew what was right or wrong in the world. She knew when to seek help. What appealed to me the most about this book is the stark contrast between Tara as a person when she was a child and as a grown up, and the amazing transformating power that education has. While growing up, because Tara was completely shut off from the external world, she thought whatever her family believed in was the right thing to do. But the conflict that she felt when she kind of started getting exposed to the outer world, when she started singing, performing, she met new people, it kind of triggered a thought process within her that, okay, what am I doing, and is this right? Is this the right way to live life, or is that the right way to live life? And this conflict became stronger when she started going to college, because it was completely clashing ways of life. One which was very restricted, which was based on preparing for the end of the days and just being in survival mode the whole time, not believing in the government, just believing that someone is constantly out there to get you, that you constantly need to keep yourself safe and protected from people. While the other way of life, which she saw her, college mates and her roommates living, was a completely free way of life where people didn't really stay under any apprehensions, or people were not scared. People would do things as they pleased. If they wanted to watch a movie, if they wanted to have coffee, they would just, if they wanted to shop or wear short skirts, they would just go ahead and do it. And Tara was kind of caught in between, because she didn't know that what is the right thing to do. Should she let go of all the beliefs that she's grown up with? Is she compromising on her faith and her values if she adapts to this new lifestyle? But somewhere she also knew that maybe this is the right way to do things, because she felt it inside somewhere. But she couldn't bring herself to do it because of her upbringing. This conflict is really, I mean, it is very moving to witness that conflict along with Tara as the book journeys. The book gets a big thumbs up from me. It's a wonderful read. It's easy, free-flowing. It absorbs you. It keeps you hooked. You just want to keep turning its pages and want to know what happens next, which I think is a wonderful quality in any book. The book is 377 pages long. This is the cover of the book, and it is divided into different chapters and parts, so it's quite an easy read. The author has really gone deep down and documented everything without, it's just completely unfiltered. It's not trying to hide anything. It's just trying to show her life completely as it was. And for me, reading about the Mormon faiths and reading about how they live and what they believe in was very interesting, because I wasn't really aware of it. And this book has kind of been my window into Mormonism, because after reading this book, I kind of Googled, I read up a lot more about what they believe in and all of that. So I think it was a wonderful read to learn about a new faith as well. And it just reinforced the faith that I have in the power of education, because it was just amazing how it transformed this woman's life, and where she is today from where she was as a kid. It's just a wonderful read. I would definitely recommend it for everyone, and especially for all my female followers. This is a must read. There are a few quotes in the book that really hit you hard and stay with you. I'm just going to share a couple of them. She says that you can love someone and still choose to say goodbye to them. You can miss someone every day and still be glad they're not in your life anymore. This was one of my favorite sentences in the book, because I think on some level all of us really relate to it. And of course, my most favorite and something that touched me to the core was the closing sentence of the book. she talks about how she grew into her own person. And she closes the book with this sentence saying, "You could call this selfhood many things: transformation, metamorphosis, falsity, betrayal. I call it an education." That's it from me in this book review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have read this book and if you have any opinions to share with me, leave a comment, let me know. I would love to discuss it with you. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.